take a few minutes to go over our syllabus with you. The syllabus, of course, is a complete list of our goals and our activities and what the plan is for this year. You might want to print out a copy. It's available to you on the left-hand navigation of our homepage, or I'm sorry, yes, our homepage. Let's take a closer look at some of the items on here. First of all, my contact information is right here at the top. You can feel free to call me. You can email me. Just leave a message if you call and I'm not there, but I will usually respond within 24 hours. Since this is a online class, we have to try to maximize our interaction. So I do encourage you to ask questions. Anytime you're unsure of anything, it's better to ask the question than to take a chance on getting it wrong. So here then we have the core values and our vision statement. Okay, and basically we're all about teaching communication skills, which involves critical thinking skills and information literacy. So those are some of the goals that we'll be looking to achieve in this semester. Section 1 has course information in it. Obviously, the course is in expository writing, and it does emphasize the writing process. You'll hear that a lot this semester. I often say that the three most important things to know about writing are process, process, process. And so we will outline for you the process that you need to go through in writing. I know some people just say, well, I wing it, and whatever comes out, and, you know, the result often displays that the student has been winging it. I want to note here, highlight this particular boldface point, because this relates to your final assignment, the culminating assignment for the course, which is a research essay. And according to department standards, you cannot pass the course unless you get at least a 70 out of 100 points on this assignment. Even if you went into that assignment with an A, but you got less than 70 on that assignment, you would not pass the course. So that is something I will refer back to numerous times because it's important. Here are the two texts that you are required to have. The Little Seagull Handbook, which is basically a grammar book, and the They Say, I Say, which is our writing textbook. And in the approach of this textbook is, perhaps you could tell from the title, They Say, I Say, it is all about argumentative writing and the back and forth that goes on in argumentative writing. So that in order to have an argument, you have to have two sides, right? So they say and I say, okay? There's a note here on readings just indicating that some of the material, actually I don't think this applies too much in this course, that some of the material may be controversial, explicit, or I don't think we have any explicit material in this particular course, but just be aware that if you have any problem with that, just get in touch with me and we'll work out some kind of alternative to your having to do that. Here are the course learning outcomes. Again, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's all about, again, applying the writing process. Okay, and we're going to read and analyze the texts. We're going to express thoughts logically and compose an argumentative research essay. Down here are general education outcomes, which I encourage you to read because this is, again, what we're aiming at doing. Here is the core course content, which lists some of the general topics that we will be focusing on throughout the semester. Section 2 here, spend some time with, please, because this is all about policies and how they affect your grade. There is a requirement for attendance, And there are penalties if you fail to meet the attendance requirement. This explains to you exactly when that penalty might kick in. Attendance for an online class is determined by participation in discussions, so make sure that you participate fully in all discussions in order to record attendance. We want to talk quite a bit also about plagiarism, the P word. The P word is unfortunate. Unfortunately, I see a lot of examples of plagiarism. Some of it perhaps is because students do not fully understand what plagiarism is, so we're going to discuss that in more detail. But I think most people know the difference between their own work and other people's work. So plagiarism, I've seen some really egregious violations of the academic integrity policy, so please don't get yourself involved in that. Stay away from term paper mills and websites like Course Hero and others in which you either buy or trade papers with other students. Please don't do that because really you'll just be hurting yourself, not only in terms of your academic reputation, but simply in terms of what are you learning if you just copy. So again, we'll talk about that now. Let's get to the grades and the assessment methods that we'll use. Primarily, the assessments will be based on your writing. So, in all of your writing, please do your very best and put forth your very best effort. So we will have 3 essays and a final research document. Okay, essays 1, 2, and 3 will have increasing value, but for a total of 35% of your grade. Journals, which we will have weekly, will be worth 15%, and discussions will be worth 15%. We will have maybe a handful of quizzes. These will primarily be on the readings. It's kind of an accountability grade to make sure that you have read the material that's under discussion. Also, please try to read the material early in the week because discussion postings have to be made by Thursday. And that is because we want it to be a true discussion. If everybody logs in on Sunday and posts, then we don't really have a discussion because we only have the one day. So we want to be able to look back and see what others have said because the discussion is a true discussion. And the primary means that we're going to have for class interaction in this online course. Here are the criteria for meeting, for getting the various grades and the numerical value of each grade. Here at Rowan, we do have A, B, C, D, F, but we also have B+, and we have C+. So hopefully you'll be up at the top there. Now, here's a breakdown of all of the assignments for the entire semester, all of the writing assignments that is. So we'll start off with a personal essay, then we'll move to a summary, an important skill, summarizing. Those will both be worth 10%, and then assignment 3, the first argumentative essay that you'll do, which will include using resources, so we'll have to learn a little bit about the MLA style of documentation. And lastly, the final research document, 30% of the grade, and I said I'd emphasize this a lot, so let's start right here. Students must earn at least 70% on this assignment in order to pass the course. Here's the late policy. We'll accept it for 1 week after the due date with a 5% grade reduction. Discussions cannot be made up late. Given the nature of the discussion, after it closes, there's nobody to discuss with. Here is our breakdown of our tentative weekly schedule, and as I say, I hope that you will try to read early in the week and be prepared to post in the discussion relating to the reading by Thursday of each week. So here it is, everything pretty much that we're going to be doing. These are the authors, and I will provide you with links to these articles. So you'll just go to the link for Thompson and read the article. Here I have an essay checklist. These are just some important things to remember before you submit your work. Heavily emphasize mechanical correctness because of all the challenges of writing, mechanical correctness is probably the easiest one. Making sure that you have correct spelling, punctuation mechanics. If you're not feel you're not strong in that area, well, you need to work on it. But most of all, you need to proofread, because a lot of the errors that I see in student writing, frankly, are not the result of not knowing the grammar, because students write things that they would not say. So if you read your work out loud, proofread it out loud, that's my best advice for how to make sure that you eliminate mechanical errors, and they will impact your grade if you have a lot of mechanical errors. Please note that there is a certain format to be followed, and it is detailed here in the writing assignments that you submit. Section 3 is college resources. Now, again, this is lengthy, but definitely worth reading, and please do read these college policies and resources. The resources that are available here are really amazing. Students with who need support, can get tutoring. Students with disabilities can take advantage of the Office of Student Supported Disability Services. This section is all about technology. Unfortunately, we can't offer you the on-campus facilities here. But if there is ever any problem with that, please contact me. And here we have the various student success services, and look at all of these services that are available to you. If you're struggling personally or academically, here's the link to get help. For academic matters, here's the link for help. For financial aid, here's the link to get help, and so on and so forth. So familiarize yourself with these resources that are available. And lastly, the disclaimer here. The syllabus is subject to change at the instructor's discretion. I'll try not to do that too much, but be aware that there may be changes to this syllabus. So again, print this out, and particularly the schedule. Please adhere to the schedule. Please keep up with the readings. This is not a go at your own pace course. This is a course in which we do week by week study and discussion. So again, a big thing I want to communicate to you is to keep in touch with me and let me know if you're having any questions or problems. I'll be glad to answer them. Email, phone, even text message. You have my cell phone number there. I think the best way is probably email, but you use what works best for you. Okay, thanks.